Hey guys, Rilhon here, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the Birkenhead, which was later renamed to the Gallic. So this was a paddle steamer, launched in 1894, and she served as a Mersey ferry, the River Mersey, Liverpool, and she served for the Birkenhead Corporation. In 1907, she was bought by the White Star Line and renamed to the Gallic. This was likely named for the Roman region of Gaul or Gallia. She served in this role, she served as a passenger tender for White Star in Cherbourg, France. But sadly she saw a relatively short career, only serving for about 7 or 8 years maybe. Then she was replaced by the Nomadic 2 and Traffic 2, which were two new tenders meant to serve, among other ships, the Olympic class. So yeah, she unfortunately was quite inadequate for the intended role. I believe it was due to her lacking speed. I believe the threshold was it was supposed to be like 12 knots, but she struggled to reach that. So she was replaced, very sadly. She's a cute ship in my opinion. But yeah, let's get right into it here. So the Birkenhead. You would be forgiven for thinking that she was a Cunard ship without funnel, but no, she was not related to that line at all, pretty much. But yeah, let's go up, let's take a tour. So there's not too much going on with her. She had this top deck, there was a bridge here, very like non-segregated for the passengers. Like you had these little boxes that the crew would step up into, so you had a little bit of separation. You also had these, I believe these were the telemotors to communicate with the engine room. And you would access the boiler room was down here, and then the engine room was down here through these like weird. I was reminded of the telephone boxes or stalls that there used to be in the past. I don't know why they decided to make them like this, but who knows? Maybe it was like to have a little bit like separate space for the crew to walk down, so the passengers wouldn't like interfere. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, let's go down the deck here to the, I don't know what the deck this is, main deck maybe. We have the anchor here in the bow with a little davit to hoist it overboard if needed. And then in here there's actually an entrance into the little space here. There's a store, and there's also the windlass for the anchor. As we head aft, we have the smoke room, which is in here. And then we have 4 separate entrances to various crew spaces. So I believe this was for just a random crew space, various crewmen. Down here I believe was the engineers. And then here was the captain's room. It had a nice space, quite large. Ironically, it's almost larger than most of the White Star ships I built, so that's good for him. Oh yeah, here as well, this was the galley. There's also this stovepipe that leads up. Kind of goes like, it's supposed to go here. Yeah, there we go. Goes up there, where they cook the food for the crew, and probably for the passengers as well. They probably could have requested tea. Let's be honest. Then we have some toilets in the little, I don't know, paddle wheel box type thing. This is the second paddle ship I've ever built. I forget what other paddle ship I built in the past. I'll have to get back to you on that. But yeah, this is the main salon, main lounge thing for all passengers. So the smoke room, ladies could go in there, I guess, but it was mostly just for the men. During these years, or during this time, it was seen as like bad etiquette for women to smoke, so sexism, etc. And then here in the stern is the ladies' salon, so they had like a little separated thing going on. I think that this boat would take all manner of passengers, like all 3 classes. I'm not sure if they would have taken 3rd class, but at least 1st and 2nd. And I don't believe it would have been segregated between the classes. That was a later invention for nomadic and yeah, traffic. Traffic only carried 3rd class, but yeah. Nomadic had 1st and 2nd, and they were separated up. Nomadic also had 3rd, and that was of course separated as well. Here is the steering engine in the stern. Yeah, power the rudder. Let's go forward again. Actually, let's go up here. Let's go through the engine room first here. So going down here, we have this little scaffolding or thing going down. So we have this funny looking thing here. So the engine, it's sort of due to the space, they had to angle it down. So here are the cylinders that they power the crankshaft for the paddle wheel out here on the sides. We have like the condenser here, the circulating pumps on the sides to exhaust any leftover water or like steam that they converted into water. Then a bunch of like machinery here. Like I said in my previous video, I'm not too much into making the engine room super accurate. I just want to get them roughly right. I think I've done that here. There's also a little workshop here I added with a little locker and stuff. Let's go back up. Very unusual configuration, like compared to White Star ships in general, or ships in general, where the boiler room is behind the engine room. It's usually the other way around with propeller ships, but of course this was a paddle ship, and the configuration was different for them. Here is the boiler room, 2 boilers, and there is a coal bunker back here. And yeah, that is pretty much it, I'm pretty sure, for Birkenhead. So, for the Gallic. Gallic was refitted a few times, so this is meant to depict her final appearance before she was scrapped. Might be some issues here, or mistakes, I don't know. Well, you'll have to correct me in the comments. But there were a few changes made to her. On the side, the paddle box was repainted from brown to black. There was also a new Gallic nameplate, and a white star was added on the side. The lifeboat on the stern was moved to the side, and then another one was added on the other side. Of course, had a White Star flag. They apparently raised the stovepipe a little bit. A flying bridge was added here, so this was just only for the crew, not only for the crew, but also for passengers to make boarding easier. It's a little bit taller, and it wasn't as difficult to erect a gangway plank compared to a deck lower up to the ships that she would have tended to. And yeah, that is pretty much that. They changed the paint scheme a bit as well. They added this white stripe at the waterline, and of course the White Star stripe at the top of the deck. I wonder why they added the white stripe, because she looked so Q Nordic. Q Nordic, that sounds like a White Star ship. Q Nordic with the orange and black funnel, and then they removed that funnel, but then they added the Q Nord white stripe. I don't know what they were thinking there, but yeah, it looks cool, so whatever. They also added this staircase here. I think that wasn't original. Yeah, that was added later. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I think they also reconfigured the toilets a bit here, so the doors used to be here before, but now they added a moved it here. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little short video. The download is in the description. And yeah, hope to see you in the next one. On to the Civic. Take care. Bye bye. Wow, voice crack just as I end. Wow.